Honey, where's my super suit? Did you lend it to the nice guys on business again? Those fuckers never wear underwear.
3 days a week, they're able to hold it together. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. Adults need not apply. No interviews, lots of ranting, and they sometimes stumble onto something useful. Go figure. Now it's time for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery themselves, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
I got nothing to talk about anyway. I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Well, I have a couple things that I would like to share. I know that we don't want to immediately turn this into a political conversation, but oh my God, I have got to talk about the January 6th committee.
Yeah. Okay.
So this White House aide, Cassidy Hutchinson, I don't know if you have read anything about her or seen any of the testimony or anything that she's provided.
Now, how does it say Zoom quit unexpectedly already? I'm on Zoom. I'm still here. You're probably still hearing me. Wow. It's preemptively telling me it's going to crash, I think.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm going to turn off my video. If you want to do this,
I guess I should.
If you want to do the same thing, turn off your video.
Yeah, Cassidy. So just in case I forget, because, January 6th committee, I may go off on a rant. Welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
Let's preface this episode today by saying, if you would like to hear any non-political conversation, just listen back to the last, maybe not last week, because we did talk about some politics last week. Go back 3 or 4 weeks and listen in. Or if you would like a beeped version or one that has been, what's it called when they black out?
Redacted. Redacted version.
If you would like a redacted version, which will probably be about a 30-second episode, and enter Mantra Munchies commercial, just go ahead and go over to our website. The redacted version will be residing.
Yeah. I think the redacted version of this episode may be super, super short, but hey, you never know. Yes, Cassidy Hutchinson. Yeah.
So I've listened to the last 41 minutes or the first 41 minutes of the committee hearing, and of course what the trigger point for me was listening to it through the New York Times show The Daily, and then I'm like, well, there's probably some level of like partisan politics going on with New York Times, so I'm just going to go right to the committee, and then I keep thinking, well, is the committee, are they probably slanted in one way or another? And maybe, I don't know, but when a White House aide that is a White House aide who is a Republican, by the way, and a number of people on the committee are also Republicans, I'm thinking, are they giving us the right story? So can we start there? Are they giving us the right story to begin with?
So first off, almost every person who has testified in the January 6th committee has been people who worked for Trump, wanted to see him reelected. And so as far as the slant, if there was a slant of the people who've been testifying, typically it would be towards the Republicans, not away.
So everything that I heard from Cassidy Hutchinson today in the first 41 minutes and in the highlights that I got when listening to The Daily this morning are all leading me further to believe that, man, oh man, between Mark Meadows, Rudy Giuliani, and the other people that have been kind of like described in the committee hearings, they didn't want really anything. As soon as they realized, like, Strickland's gone and he's back again.
Anyway, Rudy and the boys didn't want any of this coming out, basically, what you're saying.
Well, I think towards the end, the highlight that I heard, which really triggered me in wanting to listen to the entire January 6th committee, it was when both Mark Meadows and Rudy Giuliani said, hey, I wonder if we're eligible to get a pardon.
Right.
Come on. When somebody's asking that, do you feel like they think that there might be some guilt going on?
Right.
Why would anybody else ask for, I wonder if there would be a possibility that we would get a pardon, unless they really felt like there was a possibility that they had done something wrong?
Yeah. That's the tip of the iceberg right there. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
So I don't know in what category I can put Cassidy Hutchinson other than in the hero category? Because here is I'm just looking at her video, 20 something. I think that
25. She's 25.
Oh my God, she's 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to bring down the entire fucking White House because of everything that's going on. She has the bravery to actually sit in the seat and answer the questions. And I don't really feel like she has an agenda to do anything. I don't feel like she's looking for fame or fortune. Do you?
Oh God, no. She definitely does not come off as somebody who is, grandstanding and trying to, do this just for attention.
What do you think her payday is going to be? Not at the end of this committee hearing, but I think she's going to be an advisor in a movie. What do you think?
If she goes and writes a book or something. But what kills me is they've got a couple of people who had been on Trump's staff or in his orbit while he was president that came back and wrote books. And some of the books said like outrageous things, kind of like this. And of course, most people are like, why didn't you say that while he was in office, right? Because you wanted to save it because you just wanted to fucking make money off of it to get your fucking book. And so that's why, usually when these books come out, people are like, oh, no, it's a lie. Oh, it's an exaggeration. Oh, it's bullshit. Oh, it's whatever. And of course, some Republicans and of course, Trump is saying the same thing right now. Like, this is total bullshit. She's lying. But I did see something pointed out somewhere that the things that she's saying are kind of so damning and so outrageous that there's no way the committee would have even allowed her to say them if they didn't have some other corroboration from somewhere, right? Like, if you noticed, there's one of the things she said was when they told Trump he couldn't go to the Capitol on January 6th, he reached through the window and grabbed the fucking wheel. And then when they tore him off of there, he put his hands around the throat of the fucking secret security agent, right? And neither of those guys are coming out and going, that's a complete lie. That absolutely 100% totally didn't happen. Neither of these guys are saying that. You wonder why? Because it fucking happened.
It happened because it happened. I really do feel like as soon as she said something about, and I haven't gotten to that part in the live committee hearing that I'm with the recorded version of it. I did hear it in the highlight, how she said he grabbed can you imagine the president from the back of the car, even if he's in the front of the car, I have no idea where the fuck he was, but I'm assuming it was the back of the car, grabbing the steering wheel and trying to jerk the wheel around, turn around.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, take down the what are the metal detectors?
Oh yeah, take down the metal detectors, right?
They have guns. They don't want to hurt me.
Right, exactly. He's specifically saying they don't want to hurt me. I know they're not going to hurt me because I know who they are. We've been talking about this for fucking weeks. Take down the metal detectors so they can get the guns into the Capitol because they ain't going to hurt me.
Did and I haven't been following the committee hearings very much other than through the highlights through daily. Have they gotten the vice president to sit in the chair?
No. And that's the thing. They have dozens of people like Mike Pence and other people on his committees and that were in his orbit who have refused to testify. And of course, they basically say, no, this is a witch hunt. We're not gonna even.
Can't the committee make them? Or wait a minute, maybe the committee can't. But if there's actually a trial, like I think that she is providing enough evidence here to give enough reason why there could be a trial that takes place. Wouldn't they have to then participate or no?
So the committee is not a legal body and they can't make any arrests. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to tell the story. They're trying to clarify as much as they can really what happened so that if the Department of Justice comes in and decides that they do want to try Trump, that basically, the country, the right half of the country isn't going to riot and go, this is bullshit, this is ridiculous, this is whatever. And yeah, if it goes to trial, yeah, they can be subpoenaed. But what's so crazy to me is what's his name? Not Pence, General Flynn. Okay, Mike Flynn, right? Apparently, I don't believe Flynn has testified in public in the committees, but he testified in private, and they asked him a question about, do you believe that it is the law that the willful shit, what is the line in the Constitution?
I don't know.
It's the line, hang on, I'm going to look this up now. Flynn, and then lawful transfer of justice.
Oh, are you talking about the 25th Amendment, evoking the 25th Amendment, saying that they should remove Trump from power? Is that what we're talking about, or something else?
They basically asked him about a line in the Constitution. They're like, do you believe in the peaceful transfer of power? That was it. The peace. Let me look this up because I can't remember exactly what he said. I'm going to screw it up. Peaceful transfer. Yeah, here we go. Flynn, peaceful. Okay. Hold on, I'm going to screw it up. Michael Flynn was asked a question, and the question was, and this is just a line from the Constitution, okay? He's a former Army general, by the way. So he has sworn an oath to defend the U.S. Constitution, okay? Mm-hmm. But the Select Committee asked him a question of, where did it go? They basically asked him, do you believe that it is the law? God damn it. Right. He was fired by Trump 22 days into his presidency, but remained an ally. He was asked if he believed in the peaceful transfer of presidential power. Now, this is literally a line from the Constitution that says, defend the legal transfer of presidential power. And Mike Flynn was asked if he believed in it, and he pleaded the fifth. Wow. A fucking Army general, right? This is a guy who his entire career was spent in the Army defending the Constitution. But because he's behind Trump, when he gets asked a question, do you believe in the peaceful transfer of presidential power? I'm going to plead the fifth on that, because if I tell you yes, I may incriminate myself. Come on, seriously.
I'm really curious how close they were to potentially pulling the plug on Trump, invoking the 25th Amendment, allowing them to take the government to take power away from the president because they felt like he was not. I don't want to say the word sane. What's the word? Well, no, competent.
Competent, but the problem is that my understanding is, like, the 25th Amendment, this isn't something that you can just snap your fingers and go, you know what, he's fucking crazy, he's done. Like, this is where committees and shit come in. And it's like, that wasn't going to happen, on that day, right? It's just insane to me. What's real, the most crazy thing to me, and it's not Cassidy Hutchinson. The most amazing thing to me is there were dozens, at least, of other people around him that saw this kind of behavior on a regular basis and are too scared to say anything. Well, not one of them has said anything.
Maybe because by them saying something, they, what's the word? Not corroborate, but they'll assign their own guilt to.
Yeah, they're responsible as well. Like,
right. My concern, or my thought, is that these guys they won't do anything because them doing something would prove that they were a part of the mechanism that caused whatever the issue is. And I'm not saying that they're not guilty of something. Like, I'm not saying that Mark Meadows and Rudy Giuliani are innocent, and I'm not saying they're guilty. But man, when somebody poses the question, I wonder if we can get a pardon for that, rather than how are we supposed to not. Maybe we should have resigned from this position that we're in a long time ago, because this guy is just an ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he just isn't making any sense. And his repeated, insistence that the election was stolen and the voting was rigged. Maybe at some point you just say, you know, you I can't advise. You're not listening to me. I'm an advisor of yours. You're not listening to me. It's obvious that I shouldn't be in this role because you're asking me my opinion. I'm giving you my opinion, telling you what to do, and then you're not listening to what I should do. Not respectfully, you're just telling me, no, you're not doing it. At some point, you don't respect me as a person. Why do I want to even be close to you anymore?
Well, his entire history throughout his presidential term was, as soon as somebody doesn't agree with him or doesn't stand behind him, he fires him.
Yeah.
I mean, he just completely surrounded himself with yes men. It's basically, look, if you're not going to agree with what I tell you to believe or tell you to do, I'll just fucking fire you and find somebody who will. I don't want people to advise me. I just want people to follow me. I mean, that's exactly what he did. Crazy. It's so crazy.
Bad scene all the way around. I mean, I love the idea that the story is coming out. My concern is at the tail end of this, really, where are we heading with this? I mean, in a worst case scenario, if you're Trump, or a best case scenario, if you're a Trump opponent, what are you hoping to accomplish other than I'm just making sure the story is known and it's straight. Don't you feel like no matter what story comes out, there's always going to be somebody that says on the opposing side, that's not the right story?
Of course not. And that's the problem, is that, people need some overwhelming evidence of fact after fact after fact after fact. And some people just never want to hear it. If they believe in their hearts, like we were talking about last week, that, that Trump really won, the facts just don't matter. That's the problem. And to me, what I hope happens is that, at least with these hearings, I mean, it would be amazing if Trump ever got prosecuted or got impeached after the fact so he couldn't run again. But at the very least, I hope it opens people's eyes so that if he is allowed to run in 2024, that people are really like, I don't know so much. I'm not really sure. I remember it was when I think this was during the primaries, if I remember correctly, when Trump was gaining momentum, right? And I, even then, this is 2015, right? Even then, I'm like, the guy is fucking nuts.
We all said that.
Yeah. And when somebody throws a fact at him, he's like, oh, you're stupid. Oh yeah, you're dumb. Oh, you're just an idiot. Oh yeah. Fucking calling people names that I called people in fucking third grade. Okay. And then the tape comes out with Billy Bush where he says, oh yeah, you do whatever you want. You just grab him by the pussy, grab him by the pussy. It just doesn't matter. I remember thinking to myself, well, thank God. This has got to be it. I mean,
no,
there's no way that they're going to fucking, even Republicans are not going to stand behind him now. And look at where we are. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit.
All right. So let's carry this through. So worst case scenario, if you're Trump, is what happens. You just don't have your ability to run in 2024, or do you get prosecuted and get sent to jail? Or what, do you ever see him sitting in jail as a result of this?
Oh, hell no. No. Realistically, I think absolute positive worst case scenario for Trump is that they do something so he can't run again. I mean, if he did go to trial, and which I kind of doubt is going to happen, if he did go to trial and was found guilty, I'm quite sure the president would pardon him, which I wouldn't disagree with. Only because you don't want fucking, there may be 70 million people that voted for him. Maybe half of them are still totally behind him or are going to fucking riot if he goes to jail. But at least he couldn't run again. What would make me really happy, which again, I don't think is going to happen, is if some of these tax fraud cases in New York come up, right? Forget the presidential shit. Because I mean, I think most of us know that he did it. He was guilty. He was behind it. He knew what was happening, but I don't know that he's ever going to get prosecuted for it. But shit, maybe some of the tax shit that he's done in New York with his properties. Maybe somebody could, I mean, they did get Al Capone on tax evasion.
You know, it reminds me of the O.J. Simpson whole saga that he did not get arrested for murder, but man, he got arrested for stealing back his own paraphernalia from a collector in Las Vegas.
Right. Like fucking stealing $300 worth of his own signatures. He went to jail for that shit. Oh my God, how amazing would that be? Like, Mr. Trump, you lied on your taxes. You got to go to jail, right? How great would that be?
Yeah, that's nice. Well, so I'm curious again, would that happen? Like, there's going to be a whole bunch, somebody is going down for this. Now, I doubt it's going to be Trump. Somebody's going to go down for this. Somebody's actually going to go to jail. Maybe are already.
And Doug is gone. You there, Doug?
Oh, I'm
Unfortunately, here. I know this is my internet and not his internet, which kind of sucks. Let's see if I can close some other programs because I got a bunch of programs.
Am I here or am I not here?
It's just my shitty internet. I think you're back now. Let's go ahead.
Am I back? Am I here?
Closing everything now, other than Zoom. Zoom is the only thing that's open now. Okay.
Am I here? Are you with me?
I think you're here. You're good. Yeah. Let's give it a shot again.
If I'm talking to you and you're responding, is that a good thing?
Yeah. Are you hearing me or you're not?
Yes, I am definitely hearing you. Okay. Is there anybody else that is in jail as a result of anything that has happened related to either January 6th or anything else related to his presidency?
Oh, there have been over 800 arrests. And a lot of those people are in jail, but it's mostly the people that were actually storming the Capitol. There are none of the high-end people who were doing planning like Giuliani or any of his cronies that are in jail. No.
Who do you think is going to be, if you had to pick, who would be the fall guy? Would it be a Mark Meadows? Would it be Rudy Giuliani? Could it be Trump, or could it be anybody else in his cabinet?
Yeah, Meadows or Flynn, maybe, but I honestly don't think, like, the thing is, they're all just going to, even if there's a lot of evidence, they're going to push it on other people, right? It's going to be like, oh, I knew, but I didn't plan it. And I was just going along with what the president said. And I was going along with what he said. And who the fuck knows? I'm just glad that the January 6th committee does seem to be doing a very good job of painting a very clear picture of exactly what happened. And people are going to choose to believe it or not. But it seems like they've got a lot of good evidence that has come out. And anybody that looks at Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony and is like, oh no, she's just a grandstander, that is fucking bullshit. That is one poised, calm, truth-telling 25-year-old right there.
And she's got her book of notes in front of her too. Is she? And I love the fact that she's look, I don't remember everything. I'm remembering what I had shared with you, and I wrote it all down because I want to make sure I got my entire story straight. Her recollection is really good. I could never, like, she's even telling, as she's walking Rudy Giuliani from the old.
Doug. Oh, Doug, you're getting lost again. God damn, shitty internet here. Oh, it sucks so bad. Yeah, for any of those of you who have not been listening at all to,
when do you get to move?
Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony, it's like she knows this shit in detail. And I'm pretty sure the reason she knows it so well is, just like you said, she was taking notes. Like, she was, I think, Mark Meadows' assistant for like 4 years at the White House. And she saw that this was stupid, crazy shit going down that she might need to be asked about. She might be asked about down the road and have to recall. So she made notes as she was going along, I think.
Wait, I'm curious. Can you hear me? All right. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Okay. Did you say she's 25 now?
Yeah, she's 25.
She's 25 now.
It's so crazy, right? So she was hired at 21.
20.
That's a good question. I think she was with him for 4 years. Maybe she was only there for a year. I don't know.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta find out.
You look it up, because I don't want to look anything up. Because
I'm going to find out how old she is. Let's see.
I know she's 25. I'm just curious.
Okay, she's age 20. She's 26 right now.
Oh,
okay. They don't even, born between 1995 and 96. They don't know.
Oh my God, it's funny.
As a former White House aide 2 hours ago. What's incredible about that? So when was he president? When was Trump president?
2016 through 2020.
And this was in the tail end, because wasn't Mark Meadows the fourth chief of staff?
Yeah,
something like that. So
So she
That
couldn't
was-
have been more than 23 at the time.
God, I love it. I love it. That's the first time that the president has ever gone down on a 23-year-old.
Oh God. Yeah, it's nuts. It's just so nuts. And by the way, I'm moving probably second week in August, I hope.
I was thinking about that as you were telling me about your internet problems, is that I'm sure you're going to be so excited to get out of there.
So maybe I should just pull my hotspot out when you and I record, because this is just bad, bad, bad.
All right. Well, we don't have to go any deeper into it. I was completely like enthusiastic and proud of seeing her testimony in front of the committee. And then I just went in after listening to the Daily, and I said, I got to just check out the actual 2 hours or 2.5 hours that she was testifying. And the first 40 minutes are really quite amazing how much information she has.
It's kind of riveting. It really is. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I watched bits and pieces and seen what's in the news, and just the highlights are like, what the actual fuck, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. And of course, the little things are coming out here and there, like, oh yeah, Trump threw a plate of his lunch against the wall, and other people are like, yeah, not the first time that happened.
That's pretty typical.
Right? It's like, that's
fucking
was it
crybaby.
Tuesday? Oh yeah, that was Tuesday. That's what happens on Tuesdays. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we make sure we don't put out the good china on Tuesdays. We don't put out the White House china. Oh, service for 11 now. sorry. Service for 11.
You remember I think it was the Tom and Jerry cartoon where they had the House of the Future, and whenever something broke, it was either Bugs Bunny or Tom and Jerry. And maybe it was Bugs Bunny, because when something would break, there was like sensors on the floor, right? And this robot that was like a broom and dustpan robot would come out. And I remember it very clearly because it was this music. Bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, bum. And basically this broom and dustpan would come out. It would sweep up the dish and it would run back in, and then the closet door would close behind it. And I'm trying to remember the cartoon, because late in the cartoon, they were basically trying to break it. And so one of the characters had just this stack of dishes, and he would throw a dish against the wall and smash it, and it would come running out. And as it turned around, he would throw another dish against the wall and smash it, and it would turn around and he'd throw another dish against the wall, and basically broke the thing because he was running back and forth so much.
I am looking at, let's see, Looney Tunes, Acme Push Button Home of the Future. It was Warner Brothers, and it looked like it was part Daffy Duck. Part, let me see who else was in, who else was in this gig. Yeah, it looked like it was Daffy Duck. It was Elmer Fudd. Yeah, he's got the Home of the Future. He's got the massage bed that's in there. Hi, I'm Daffy Duck from Walla Walla, Washington. Yeah, it's totally what this is. This is totally what this is. Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd. He's like breaking things and out like. They have a dog. They have a robot that will tie Elmer's Fudd's ties. They have the plate that comes up out of the floor. It's all there. It's all the classic stuff. You're right.
All the stuff, of the future, like today, which is exactly what we have today now, right? Those Warner Brothers cartoons were fucking brilliant. I mean, seriously, seriously brilliant. Like the Barber of Seville, the Bugs Bunny. Oh my God. Amazing. They were so good. You there, Doug? This fucking internet sucks. I think he's gone again. Well, it is 6:28, which means we've been talking for like 27 minutes, maybe 28 minutes. Maybe we should just wrap it up there. Dougie.
So the bottom line is this: as Strickland is working to regain his internet connection, is that we totally live in the best country that we could possibly live in this entire world. Sometimes leadership is not exactly aligned with all of those that are out here in the world. Sometimes it is aligned with those that are in the world, and even as we have opponents and people and ideas that aren't the same as ours, Isn't it great to be able to live in this wonderful country? Now, I don't happen to believe in the politics that Trump followed for the most part. There were some things that I thought that I admired about the guy, and then there was definitely more things that I thought were completely asinine. But that being said, that's the part of living in this country that we all have to deal with. There are going to be some people in power that we don't agree with all the time, and there are going to be some people that are in power that we never agree with. And either way, totally fine. If we don't like it, we have the opportunity to move or not listen or vote them out. That is the beauty of the country that we live in. So I'm very interested in following the rest of the January 6th committee hearings and seeing what they're all about. I'm really curious if we advance this thing, 6 months or a year or 5 years down the road, what it will be written about, or what will be written about this in the history books, because it is one of those things. It's going to be kind of interesting. Anyway, hold on. Strickland is now calling me. He is here. Can you hear me, Strickland?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
It's just like, so Strickland literally is on the phone with us right now. Apparently he could not get through on the internet. What's going on, Strick?
So what are you doing on Zoom? Because you weren't recording. I was recording. So did you start recording when you lost me completely there?
Yeah, I was just wrapping up the show because I figured that you were never going to be able to get back on again. So you're welcome to do your wrap up right here. And it's obvious that you're on your phone. So if you want to do your wrap up while we're here, but I was just talking about, this is the beauty of living in America today, is that we all have the ability to vote the person out that we don't like. And if we do like somebody, we can vote them in. But look, powers are going to come into power that we don't necessarily agree with everything that they do. And that's just part of living in America.
Except this is the concern, right? Because it's great to say, hey, you know what? If there's somebody you don't like, you vote him out. Except that's what we tried to do with Trump, and he didn't really want to listen. But that's all another story. But yes, I agree. So yeah, Zoom basically said, it was like, trying to connect, and then all of a sudden it said, I'm converting your file. And I'm like, I guess you stopped trying to connect. Okay.
All right, well, we'll wrap up the episode right here, and we'll come back next week to do another exciting episode. We have some really interesting things to talk about next week. One of them being my parking ticket that I got through Park Mobile, which is certainly much more interesting than the January 6th committee hearings. And the other is that my son's camp, when he was at camp, he went to Camp Airy. I think they were within their first 2 hours of day one of camp, and there was a massive fire in the dining hall that completely obliterated the dining hall. I don't know yet if they're going to be sending all of the kids home on day one at camp.
Are you kidding?
Can you imagine that?
Wait a minute. So your son is a counselor?
No. I was just making reference to the fact that my son used to go to camp there. My daughter is actually back as the music director at Camp Louise, which is the sister version of Camp Airy. Nothing happened at Camp Louise, but at Camp Airy, the dining hall burnt down. So I'm curious. So I'm wondering what they're going to do. Children's camp engulfed in fire. As many as 100 firefighters were called to a massive fire at the dining hall at Camp Airy today.
Oh my fucking God. Okay, so next week, no politics. Okay, no politics. You can hear crazy shit that's happening in Doug's and his kids' lives. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will be actually talking to you and doing the interview directly from my mom's house in Baltimore, where I will have done several days before that one of my last gigs. I'm actually doing a bar mitzvah this weekend on Saturday, and I keep saying one of my last gigs. It's not like I'm quitting. I think my clientele in that arena is probably they wised up that I'm 57 years old.
Yeah, I don't think kids really, no. So where are you playing it? Where will it be?
Westwood Country Club in Vienna, Virginia.
Got it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Oh, and I did talk to a party planner today or yesterday when I was talking to my client on the phone. And her name is Rachel, and she says, "Oh my God, I'm looking at your TurnKey site. Your partner is Strickland. I used to do weddings with him."
Who is it?
Her name is Rachel. I don't know her last name. I have to find her last.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Rachel. Okay, I think Rachel. She was very good friends. If it's the Rachel I'm thinking of, very good friends with Kate.
Our Kate? You mean our Baltimore Kate?
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, she said, "Oh, I love Strickland. He was in Black Tie. He was like the band leader in Black Tie." So apparently, she has done a lot of weddings, and maybe she's making the foray into the bar mitzvah market. Which, Godspeed and God help her.
Throughout this episode of, and you can send me this recording, and then we'll just keep talking.
All right, Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Seriously, it'll only hurt for a minute. And don't worry, I'll be fine.